Hello and welcome to a short video on how teachers can use the basic functions and features of a Google Meet session. Today this Google Meet has been set up using the Google Classroom method. This can be shown in another video. I've signed in on my teacher account, as can be seen on screen just now, but I also am signed in on a pupil account, as can now be seen on the screen, just to give us both perspectives. As you move your cursor down to the bottom of the screen, a white toolbar will appear. Let's start on the left hand side. By clicking on this option here, we'll present you with the Meet nickname and the joining info. A point of note here is that this joining info Meet link should never be shared with anyone as per South Lanarkshire Council's policy. If using the Google Classroom method, you won't need this meeting nickname just now either. The attachment section will probably remain blank, as this relates more to meets that have been set up using Google Calendar, and this is not a way that we in South Lanarkshire Council will be using. In the middle of your screen, at the bottom, you can see three circle options. Two of these are highlighted red just now, as they're currently toggled off. The left-hand side one is my microphone, and the right-hand side one is my camera. Before entering this Meet session, you'll be presented with a lobby area, where I would recommend that you turn your camera and microphone off. This ensures that no interference can be heard as you enter the Meet, and this would be considered best practice. You can toggle these on at any point during the Meet session. The button in the middle is your leave call button, which you would obviously use at the end of the call to leave. Moving to the right hand side, you have the raise hand button. This can be used to signal if somebody wants to speak within the Meet. Let me demonstrate how that would be used by a pupil just now. I've navigated to my pupil section and I'm going to find the raise hand button. By clicking on that and then returning to my teacher section and coming up to the top here to show all participants, you will see that a section has now been created saying raised hands, where I can see test pupil has raised their hand. The pupil can then lower their hand by clicking on the same button, or as the teacher, I can lower it for them. Another button in the bottom right hand side to be of note is the present now button. There's three options, but the one most recommended would be presenting a tab. I'm going to do this just now as I've already got a Google Slides open at the top as a welcome screen. I'm going to share this with the rest of the people in the Meet. Now, this says this would be shared as is just now, but I want to share it while in present mode, so I'm going to go ahead and click on present. It will then change this whole screen to full screen. By navigating back to my pupil view, this will allow me to show you what the pupil can see. It takes a few seconds for it to come through and for it to load, but in a little second, you will see that the screen will move, and on one side of the screen, you will see the welcome screen from the Google Slides. And on the other side, you will see a blank box where my webcam would be should I have that toggled on. Currently, it is toggled off, hence why this just remains as a black box. If I was to move through the slides on that particular tab, then this screen would change for the pupils too. But this is a really nice way of showing the pupils that they're in the right place at the right time. In order to stop sharing your screen, you can either click the stop button at the top, or you can press stop presenting in the middle of your screen. After doing this, it will stop presenting to everybody in the Meet and take it back to just your webcam screen, or if you've got that turned off, this blank screen that you can see. The final options available in the more options section are ones for whiteboard, where you can open up a Jamboard, one for recording a meeting. You can click this to start the recording and follow the same path to stop recording. When you finish recording, then a copy of that will be sent to your Google Drive under the Meet Recordings folder. You can change your layout so that you can see more people at the one time. And you can have closed captions on as well, so that any audio that is put into the Meet will be typed at the bottom of the screen. All the other options are probably ones that we're not going to use just now. Finally, at the top, if you click on People, you can see who's all in the Meet, and you also have access to host controls. I would recommend turning off letting everyone share their screen. This just allows you as the teacher to have the present now button, but if I return to the pupil version, then you will see that the present now button has disappeared. Okay, they do not now have access to that, which just again allows you to remain in control of your Google Meet. The final piece to note is the chat, where pupils can chat in the Meet by following exactly the same protocol. They can type any message into the chat, and the teacher and everybody else would be able to see it.